Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, we're going to do another segment of Bytes and Nibbles with Breck today. And we're going to do something in the Instant Pot. Now, as you know, after I got my Instant Pot for Christmas last year from my parents, I went out and bought a couple of Instant Pot recipe books. And I was thumbing through one of them, and I found something that looked really good. It's tomato soup, and it's chicken, and garlic, and a bunch of other good stuff. And we're going to try that today. So as I was getting set up to shoot this video, I had a little encounter with some local wildlife in my backyard. Check this out. This recipe is called creamy chicken and tomato sauce, and it looked really good. The ingredients are as you see. We're going to have some chicken drumsticks, some fresh basil, some fresh rosemary, some fresh thyme, some Pecorino Romano cheese, some garlic paste. Now this was a little bit interesting. I couldn't find garlic paste at the store, but I found a recipe online on how you can make your own. And basically what I did is I just took some garlic cloves, a little salt, a little olive oil, and mashed it up in the food processor, and voila, garlic paste. We're going to have some heavy cream, some tomato sauce, and salt and pepper to taste. Oh, and of course, one Instant Pot. Now this recipe, as I'm going to post it in the description below, actually only produces 2 chicken drumsticks. So I get a couple of meals out of this. I'm going to actually double the recipe. But like I said, the recipe that'll be in the description below will just be the single recipe. Alright, a lot of this is kind of getting everything prepared ahead of time because a lot needs to happen all at once here. So we've started off with our butter, and we're going to put that in the Instant Pot and under Sauté, and we're going to melt that. As soon as that's melted, we're going to add in the tomato sauce, the garlic paste, the basil, thyme, and rosemary, and then we're going to set the chicken on top of it. Now I've lightly salted and black peppered both sides of the chicken. So like I said, this all happens really quick. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Instant Pot into Sauté mode, which is this button right here. And we're going to melt the chicken, or we're going to melt the butter. Now, one of the things I really like about this recipe is just by reading the recipe, it looks like it's really simple to make, and the ingredients look really good. So I'm actually looking forward to this. This should be pretty good. So the bird's back, but now there's 2 of them. Never seen anything like these birds in the area, and now I got 2 of them in my yard. They're obviously interested in something here because they keep going down to the grass and feeding on something, but I can't figure out what it is. Usually a bird like that is like a carnivore, so I was like looking for mouse carcasses or something like that. Maybe he's going after the squirrels that live in the yard, who knows. But that's cool. I love having like wildlife like this show up in my house. That didn't happen very often. All I got was occasional possums in California. And they were usually attracted to the fish pond because they'd come in and eat the fish. This is also probably the reason I'm not going to be able to get a pet rabbit, huh? If any of you have any idea what those things are, leave it in the comments section below, because I'm very curious what they are. All right, the butter is completely melted, so I'm going to add the tomato sauce, the garlic, and the herbs. And then I'm just going to set the chicken right in there on top. It says I'm kind of set it in there like it's on a nest. It's in a nest. So I'm not going to cover it up with anything. We're going to just do the cooking initially, and then we'll mix it all together later on. So I got the drumsticks in there. All right, so I'm going to hit the cancel button to stop the saute mode. We're going to put it in, we're going to press the poultry button. Actually, we're going to put the lid on first. We're going to press the poultry button. We're going to keep the temperature high. It already is at high. And we're going to set the time to 20 minutes. We're going to turn off the keep warm button because I don't need to keep it warm afterwards. So as usual, what's going to happen next is the pressure is going to be building up in there. And when it hits the high pressure level, the timer will start. We'll cook for 20 minutes and then we'll come back to this. Now while that's cooking, I'm also going to prepare a vegetable. Now normally I would do the vegetable in the Instant Pot, but since the Instant Pot is kind of occupied right now, I'm going to go back and do it the old-fashioned way. I have a steamer pot and we're just going to do it on the stove. So I'll show you how that works too. Now this is the way I used to steam vegetables before I got the Instant Pot, and it still works pretty good and I still have it, so we're going to use it again. Basically, I just have the inner pot with water in it, and I'm going to bring that to a boil. And once that's boiling, I'm going to set this on top of it and put the cover on it. We'll let it cook for a few minutes, and we'll have some really, really good steamed broccoli. All right, the pressure's built up to the point where the little pink button is has popped up. So we're building up pressure, and that little beep generally means that the timer has started. So 20 minutes from now, we will be good to go. All right, our water's boiling, so now I'm just going to put my broccoli on there, and in a few minutes, we're going to have some delicious steamed broccoli. All right, our 20 minutes on the chicken has concluded, and what we're going to do is, I've told you before, there's actually two ways of venting this. There's a quick release vent, where you just vent the pressure immediately, or there's a natural release, where it kind of slowly vents over a period of time. They recommend in this case that you want to naturally vent it for about 5 minutes. So we're going to wait about 5 minutes, and by that time our broccoli should be ready, and then whatever isn't vented will quick release from there. All right, our 5 minutes of naturally releasing have concluded, so we're going to quick release what's left. It smells like garlic in here. All right, we're going to pull the cover off. Put the lid off to the side here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour in the cheese. We have 2 cups of cheese. And we're going to pour in the heavy cream. And then we're just going to stir it all together here. And I'm going to turn off the broccoli too, and we're just going to basically let that cool off for a little bit. Alright, it's time for our all-important taste test. One of the first things I noticed, other than the fact it smells fantastic, is that the chicken is so tender it's literally falling off the bone. I noticed when I was pulling it out that I used a pair of tongs to do it, and I ended up actually dropping it a couple times because the meat was just coming off the bone. And I like how the sauce is kind of thickened up a little bit as I've taken it out, and that's probably a good thing because it was a little runny right at the beginning, but it's thickened up a bit, and that's probably good. So let's taste this. What it's like. Yeah, very good. Nice, very simple, easy to make. Yeah, really tasty. I like it. The tomato sauce comes through really nice. The cheese is a nice flavor behind it. Got a little bit of a garlic flavor, which is good. You know, I love garlic. And of course we got our steamed broccoli here, which is steamed to perfection. Yeah, very good. Very simple to make. It took me, you know, maybe an hour total to do it. And most of that, you know, a lot of that was just taken up because of the fact that, you know, I was filming it. It takes a little longer when you're doing that. If you did this for real and weren't having to set up shots and weren't getting distracted by birds in the backyard, you'd probably do this in half the time. So definitely recommend this. Try it if you get a chance. I'll put the recipe below. I know in the past I've asked for recipes and haven't been, you know, from my viewers, and haven't really been doing that a lot, but you know, you can continue sending in recipes, and if something sounds interesting, I'll definitely try it. So I think that's all that I have for tonight. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Bon appetit!